First thing, when you talk about mobile phone security or smartphone security or even mobile device security, is that these are the most intimate form of IT we've ever had. It's the computer that we take with us 24/7. It's on our bedside cabinet overnight, and if that device could be compromised, then theoretically your most pertinent, relevant, current information could be compromised. These are very powerful devices as well. So what we're starting to see is people living their lives through these devices. And in the business context, using email, using documents, using spreadsheets on these devices is now a very tempting target for hackers and people wanting to do bad stuff. So the security issues, there are a number of security issues. And I think the problem with users is that they have a different attitude to these devices than they do to a traditional PC. And they don't realise how complex these devices are and how problematic a compromise would actually be. Well, one of the biggest problems with mobile devices, for example a smartphone, is that it's got a direct link to your bank account because people use it for obviously billing and making phone calls and what have you. So if your device can be compromised, then a hacker could actually tap into your bank account. So what we're starting to see is that the plethora of apps out there that people are now downloading onto their smartphones are starting to be compromised, being Trojanized, which basically means when a user is downloading a game, it might be corrupted, it might contain malware. And a good example is some recent hacks where a video player application was downloaded onto a user's phone, and the video player, whilst it was actually running, was secretly sending SMS messages to a premium rate telephone number in Russia and incurring charges against the user's bank account. So the hackers have realised that this is now a very, very tempting target. Well, if you can imagine that if I'm running Office 365 on my device, it obviously gives me tremendous productivity boon because I can go on the train and start using my spreadsheets and my data. But obviously the downside to that is that people can overlook my shoulder on the train. People can maybe grab hold of my device without me knowing about it, which is why I always tell people just be very careful when and where you're using these devices. But very important, there are some basic security measures, such as putting in place and making sure that the PIN is enabled. So you actually type in a PIN number or even a more complex alphanumeric password. So if someone does get to your phone, they can't actually get into your phone and then access your Office 365 documents. So the management of mobile devices is a whole new industry that's now being created around that as people realise within the corporate environment the need to secure devices. So we have some technology called mobile device management. And some of the features of mobile device management products is that they allow remote wipe. So if you did lose your phone, then your phone could be remotely wiped and the data could be deleted from the phone. But there are other technologies involved with MDM as well. We now have the ability to track a phone. So you can actually find out where the phone is and maybe where the user is. You can start to control what users can do on the phone in terms of downloading applications as well. So it's very important that when users are considering Office 365 that they consider putting in place good mobile device management so that the data is secure on the devices. So many users and corporates are starting to use Exchange Active Sync that does provide a number of features for basic management of a mobile device. There are absolutely some very good uses of that for many people, but if you want some extended functionality and the ability to manage devices that maybe aren't connecting to the Exchange server, devices outside of that family, then the implementation of a mobile device management solution is often the better way to go.